The first Despicable Me was a great movie. I remember just someone giving it to me in their pen drive, as they do when you're in your like fifth, sixth grade. Back in the day, pen drives were a big thing. We exchanged movies in pen drives a lot, and I got the first Despicable Me movie from a friend through his pen drive, and I watched it, and it was amazing. I mean, I saw Minions, I saw Gru, and I found it fascinating. I mean, the movie was about a guy who wants to be a villain or who is a villain. Just the fact that the main character is a villain surprised me and it caught me off guard. And as soon as I saw the Minions, just that combination can make anyone fall in love with the movie. Of course, the three girls, the daughter, the father-daughter relationship thingy that was going on, I really liked. Everything about the movie was fun. It had cool stuff in it. It had funny stuff in it. It had ridiculous moments. It was one of those movies that you just can't hate. Then came the second movie, which was obviously going to be big because of the first movie's hype. And I watched it and I still loved it. It had a great villain that was actually kind of scary. And it introduced the love interest for Gru, and I thought, okay, this is a good step forward, right? And the movie ended and Gru finally had a complete family, right? He had his daughters, he had a wife, and I was like, this is such a good ending to the franchise. Very nice. And then they come up with a third movie. And I'm like, wow, okay, what are we doing now? I see the trailer and I don't even remember. It was his brother or something that comes out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, now they're stretching this. Like, this is a clear example of what you do when you want to milk a franchise, right? I mean, I'll give Minions a pass. Minions are super popular, and I think, yeah, they should have their own movie, which was fine by me. I don't care. I don't think that was milking, but Despicable Me 3 was milking it. I didn't even watch the movie. Heck, I don't even know what happens in the movie till now, right? I refuse to watch the movie because it just I don't buy it, okay? I don't see how it's fun anymore, right? And then there's Despicable Me 4. But I watched this movie in the theater because I had nothing to do one day. And I just thought, why not? Why not? Maybe it might surprise me, Maybe it's good. Maybe it's there, those movies where you don't want to watch it because of the hype, and then you watch it and you're like, it's worth the hype. That's what happened. So I watched the movie, and that's not what happened. Wait, I watched the movie and I see the scene and I, go through each and every scene and each and every like story plot and what's happening, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is actually really bad. This movie was awful, okay? The plot was just unnecessary. It literally feels like one of those side quests that you do in a video game, a side quest plot where the villain is not the main villain, it's just a crappy villain, a crappy story, and just something in the side that you do to get some extra XP. This movie feels like that. It feels like a side plot. The villain is useless. The plots are useless. There are some unnecessary characters and unnecessary things happening in this movie that I don't understand. And this movie still relies a lot on just Minion jokes. Like, I'm sorry if you're a Minion fan, but I think we've had enough of bananas and Bottom and their fart jokes and their stupidness. Like, sure, it's fun, but not in a Despicable Me movie. Like, it's very little did I laugh in. Like, I did not remember even smiling in this movie because I was just cringing. I was like, you ruined a movie that was so good. Like, the first two movies were like very close to my heart, and this is what happens in the fourth movie. This is your plot. The villain is an insect guy. Gru has a baby, which is fine, but he has this baby problem, and I don't know what's happening half the time. Like, I forgot the movie, okay? That's how bad this movie is. If you forget a movie's plot, you know the movie is bad. And this movie had a pretty bad plot, not gonna lie. I just kept waiting for something good to happen. Let me think if I can, come up with something good about the movie. Wait, they did have Avengers version of the Minions, which was okay for the most part. Like they had this whole scene of them, saving people, but then they did it wrong. Like like fake superheroes gone wrong with Minions. I thought that was fun, but it was still unnecessary. Like, what were they doing? That was just like to bring in some laugh. It had nothing to do with the plot. The entire movie it just felt forced. They're gonna make a 5 probably, because Despicable Me movies make a lot of money, but story is not something to, see and praise. The story is just awful. Okay, like maybe I saw kids laughing in the movie. I saw some parents laughing in the movie theater, and I was like, okay, maybe this movie has a purpose, but it definitely does not have a purpose for people who loved the first 2 movies and people who are actually a little bit, wanting of a good plot and a good movie, like the first 2 movies, which were actually good. You can't just repeat the same thing over and over and expect people to still enjoy the same movie, right? Like, what's the point if you're not gonna step up a little bit? And this movie does not step up. So yeah, I feel bad for all the Despicable Me fans, like the true fans who like the story, not just the casual viewers who will enjoy any Despicable Me movie out there. So yeah, that was my thought about this movie.